Hey, Chicago Cub baseball YouTube fans. Hope all you guys are having a great start to your weekend and a happy, beloved Chicago Cubs Saturday so far, guys. I thought I would do a quick intro. Basically, in today's episode, we are going to take a recap of game 2 of the 2026 Chicago Cubs season, as it was the middle game of a 3-game series against the Washington Nationals, and we will get to that in just a little bit, guys. But I wanted to say on the pre-episode, congratulations to the Iowa Cubs on winning their home opener last night. They hosted the Columbus Clippers, the AAA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians, and down in Des Moines, Iowa at Principal Park last night, the Iowa Cubs were able to win their home opener, something that the Chicago Cubs could not do the other day, guys. But so yeah, guys, again, big shout out to the Iowa Cubs on that. But anywho, guys, like I said, in this episode, we are going to look back at game 2 of the Chicago Cubs season against the Washington Nationals. Doesn't it feel great to be alive? All right, Chicago Cub baseball fans. Like I said last night, the Iowa Cubs started their 2026 regular season at home by hosting the Columbus Clippers. Sorry, my hair will not go down, so I'm having maybe a bad hair day, but congratulations to the Iowa Cubbies winning their home opener last night. But earlier today, the Chicago Cubs resumed their 2026 regular season, playing game number 2 and home game number 2 of the 2026 season. Remember, guys, 2 days ago, the Cubs would lose the home opener to the Washington Nationals by a score of 10-4. And on a beautiful Saturday afternoon at the Friendly Confines, it was game 2 of a 3-game series, also game 2 of a 6-game homestand. The only question is, would the Chicago Cubs be able to come out and have a better outing on a Saturday in front of the Cub faithful and answer back from an embarrassing 10-4 loss on Thursday? Well, the Cubs gave the ball to a right-handed pitcher of Cade Horton. Cade Horton, guys, was called up during the season last year. He was not on the 2025 Chicago Cubs opening day roster last year, and he was the starting pitcher for game 2 of this 3-game series for the Cubbies. Well, guys, Cade Horton did the right thing in the top of the first. He struck out the first batter he faced in James Wood of the Washington Nationals, guys. And a matter of fact, guys, Cade Horton did something that Matthew Boyd did not do on opening day. He set down the first 9 Washington Nationals batters he faced, guys. So the first time through the Nats order, Cade Horton was pure perfect. But the Cubbies, talk about anything, guys. They had an explosive second inning, guys. In the bottom of the second, the Cubbies would send 8 batters to the plate, and they would make 4 runs out of it. So I got to be honest with you, we looked really well in the bottom of the second for the Cubbies. And it actually just wasn't the hitting that was a good thing. the wind and the sun had a little bit to do with it as well, guys, including Michael Busch. In the bottom of the second inning, Michael Busch would hit up a pop-up to the infield. It would end up dropping, and it would be an E7 on the Nationals left fielder, James Wood. The sky and the wind played in effect early in the ball game today at the Friendly Confines, guys. But you know what? That just wasn't it, guys. The 2 innings, really, literally 2 innings later, you can give the first home run of the season to Miguel Amaya, guys. Woo, that is a solo bomb. First at bat of the 2026 regular season. Miguel Amaya goes yard for the Chicago Cubbies, guys. Oh, and boy, wasn't that not just all, guys. You know, Miggy, hey, may have had a home run, but it would go to the bottom of the 6th. Now, like I said, bottom of the 2nd, the Cubs sent 8 men to the plate. Well, in the bottom of the 6th, the Chicago Cubs would again have a 4-run inning, but this time they would send 10 batters to the plate. They would bat around and add more guys. Bottom of the 6th, a 4-run inning for the Cubbies. They would again score 4 runs. They would bat around 10 men. 10 Cubbies came to the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning, guys. And that would actually give the Cubs a 10-2 lead. And you know what, guys? The Cubs bullpen, well, they were electric. Caleb Thielbar did his part. And I can't even explain it, guys. The Chicago Cubs in game 2, the middle game of this 3-game series, they were pure explosive, guys. I mean, literally, I don't know another way to say it. They were pure explosive, had so many good times, guys. And on a Saturday afternoon, the Cubs will be able to fly the W for the first time in 2026. Your final score at the Friendly Confines, Cubs win 10-2 over the Washington Nationals. Now, the Nats and the Cubs are both at a .500 winning percentage at 1-1 on the 2026 regular season, guys. And it will be a battle to win the series tomorrow afternoon. But not only did the Cubs win game 2 of this 3-game series, they also have now outscored the Nationals 14, okay? 14-12. Remember, guys, the Cubs would lose 10-4 on Thursday. They scored 10 runs today, which means they are at 14 runs in this series, and the Nats are only at 12. So a little fun fact on that as well, guys. But you know what? You guys saw the dominating Chicago Cubs today. I would love to hear from you guys on what you thought of the game as well. So definitely let me know. But yeah, Cade Horton getting the W. Cade Horton was electric. He would go 6 in the 3rd innings. He gave up 4 hits. He only gave up 2 runs. He walked 1 batter. He struck out 4. So the Cubs bullpen would be dominant, but Cade Horton was absolutely dominant as well. Again, guys, on a Saturday afternoon, the Cubs answer back from Thursday, and they take their first win of the year by scoring 10 runs, guys. But you know what? I got to be honest with you. Like I said earlier, the sun and the wind had a little bit to play in the game, especially the early stages of the game. But it doesn't matter, guys. A win is a win, and it doesn't matter how you get it. But I feel like the Cubs did answer back. They did a good job. They did everything right, guys. And that's the only thing I can describe. But now, guys, we're going to talk about something that I think needs to be mentioned about today's game, and it is, well, ABS, because the home plate umpire for game 2 of this series was none other than Jim Wolf, guys. And there was there was ABS used in this game by both sides. So let's take a look on how home plate umpire Jim Wolf did in this ball game. Okay, guys. So like I said, the home plate umpire for today's ball game was none other than Jim Wolf, possibly the most fit bodybuilder umpire in all of MLB umpires at the moment. But none of that mattered, guys. We're talking about 3 letters, ABS, and since Jim Wolf was the home plate umpire for game 2 of this 3-game series, guys, I thought I would give you guys the ABS report from the ball game, guys. There were 3 ABS challenges played in this afternoon's ball game. 2 by the Chicago Cubs and 1 by the Washington Nationals. And so it was just not really maybe a good day for Jim Wolf, because all 3 ABS challenges were overturned. So I guess that is 0 for 3 for Jim Wolf behind the plate, guys. The Cubs were successful 2 out of 2 times in ABS, and the Washington Nationals, who only challenged 1 time, they were successful as well, guys. If you ask me, I've been around the ABS for a very, very long time. Through, seeing my brother Casey play, going to independent league ball games. So I'm very, very familiar with ABS. And when it comes to ABS and then whoever a home plate umpire is, I really, I don't really know how to say it other than, for Jim Wolf to be 0 for 3 as a MLB umpire, some people are going to get on him and like, you got to do better than that, oh, that's unacceptable at the big league level. But you truly got to understand, guys, from a position, that's not the worst I've seen, believe it or not. Basically, 2 years ago, I was at a game supporting my brother Casey, and the home plate umpire, had 5 overturned calls on ABS, and those 5 overturned calls were in the first 2 innings, even though that was 2 years ago. And that game ended with the home plate umpire having 7 overturned calls. So, for Mr. Jim Wolf, I can't put blame on him or anger at him, even though he was 0 for 3 total in the ABS, guys. I feel like just sometimes, you have a bad night or a bad day, but I also understand that ABS, yes, the 3-letter word in baseball, I think is not always 100%, at least accurate, and I really hate saying that, but I truly do believe that, So, but I want to know from you guys what you think of the ABS. So definitely leave it down below in the comment section. But, nothing to say bad about Jim Wolf, guys. And I mean, other than I wouldn't want to, face Jim Wolf in a boxing fight, or in a street fight. But you know what, guys? I just, to see 3 ABS challenges used and for all 3 total to be overturned, I think some MLB fans are going to go and look at that and say, he's got to do better, yada, yada, yada. And I totally get that. But, it's not the fault of the umpire. So I just wanted to, clarify that up.